Hello, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best tips and tricks to be the best DB possible in college football 26. The first tip is to always let your wide receiver get a good gain on you before you actually start chasing him down like I do in this clip. As you guys can see, I start slowing down when on my break, and then when I see him throw the ball up, I go full speed chasing down the wide receiver. But a little note to add to this is only do this, only let him lead by this much if you have a fast DB archetype. And step 2, as you guys can see this clip, you watch the quarterback's eyes the whole time. I know people tell you this, but you guys don't actually do it. You have to look at the QB, and if you see it getting ready to throw, full on book it to your wide receiver, try to cut off the route. This third one really isn't a tip or trick. It's mainly just, if you guys ask in the comments, I'm just going to tell you guys right now. If you guys wondering what my height and weight is, I usually do a lean DB, an east and west DB, and make him at least 6'3". This third trick is really important, so listen up. If your wide receiver ever does a break back, make sure you're always backpedaling at first so you can easily get the stop on it. But you have to be watching that quarterback's eyes, and you have to try to bait the quarterback into throwing. Basically, how you bait the quarterback is just sit back until he turns around to throw it, and then you start sprinting full force like I do in this clip. Another way to determine if it's a screen pass or not that just helps me out in general overall is if they're stacked on top of each other. Mainly teams like Oregon and UCLA do this, but if they're stacked on top of each other, right? Or one's behind the other, the guy behind them is usually going to do a screen pass. So just sit kind of to the right so the main guy cannot block you. And the second he breaks, don't wait. Just run straight for it and spam triangle or whatever it is for you to intercept the ball. Another way to bait a quarterback is if a guy hitches or does a comeback route, run to the left and act like you get faked out by it. Like I said, it only works if you're really fast and have good hands. The second he breaks, and you have to watch the quarterback, if he turns to look that wide receiver you left a little bit open, run straight back to where you were defending and intercept that ball like I do in this clip. The fourth tip, which is probably the most important for early game, is how to intercept the go ball. To intercept the go ball, you have to wait. And you have to be patient on this. You have to wait for the wide receiver to burn you by at least 3 to 4 yards, and make sure that you have your quickness almost max, or at least 2 bars away from max. And when the second that quarterback turns to look, break out of your DB crawl back and just start sprinting straight to the wide receiver and spam triangle. And it's either you'll intercept it or you'll swat it. The fifth tip is for mainly zone coverage, because I hate zone coverage, and it's just, it's easier to learn it than just to not. But basically in zone coverage, what you need to do is stay in your zone, but also fill in the gaps of the other zones that aren't fully filled in, that the people could run through. And then follow the wide receiver in your zone. If there's no wide receiver gets open when the quarterback looks at him, try to break and run for him. And you guys probably already know this, but depending on how bad the team depends on how easy it is for you to get interceptions. In this clip, I'm playing Troy or Tulsa or something. I don't really remember. But do you see how bad of a pass this is? They throw horrible passes that might seem open to them, or they're just they don't know how to throw the ball out, so they'll immediately throw it to you. So let the wide receiver burn you just by a little bit, and then just cut in front of him and steal the ball and get that interception that you need. The final tip is do not rush anything at all. Just play the game how it's supposed to be played, and slowly upgrade your player to make his overall higher. And the higher overall you are, the easier it is to get interception. At the beginning, it's going to be hard, but you can't just give up and then just quit the game because of that. And if you really do want to boost, go to the gameplay options, and you should be able to turn the XP slider up for whatever your whatever your skill type is, and it should give you 3 times the XP you normally do. So yeah, that's about it. And if I missed anything, or if you guys want me to answer any more questions about it, just let me know in the comments down below. Thank you. Maybe subscribe or join my Discord server, and bye-bye.